In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up my starter kit. I call it Lemon Starter. Now you might ask, why do we still need a starter kit in the AI era? I mean, today you can just use AI to generate application, right? AI can write code, but it still struggle to connect everything together. Things like next.js, Prisma, authentication, database, and even payment with Lemon Squeezy, this is where things usually break. So instead of building your application, you end up with fixing the setup. That's why I built this starter kit. It's simple, clean, and focused on one thing. It just works. And it already comes with solid stack like a Next.js 16, Tailwind CSS version 4, Sassy and UI for component, Prisma with PostgreSQL for the database, Better Out for authentication, Resend for email, Upload things for file upload, and Lemon Squeezy for the payment. Everything is already connected properly, no unnecessarily complexity, just a solid foundation, so you can just start building right away. You can even see the demo of the starter kit. You can click the view demo in here, and as you can see, this is what you will get. So let's try to click the dashboard in here. If you're not logged in, it's basically redirect you to the sign in page. As you can see in here, all of this is just works. The sign in with Google, GitHub, everything is just works. So let's try to log in with email. I'm going to try to sign up. Let's click the create account button. And as you can see, it's basically will redirect me to the sign in, and as you can see, we have this those notification account all created. Please check your email to verify your account. As you can see on the email inbox, I get this email from Lemon Starter, and now I can verify the email. Let's click that. It should be redirect me back to the lemon demo.chan.site, and now I can access the dashboard basically. And on the dashboard here, basically you can try the upload files. You can just click the files in here. As you can see, I can just drag and drop any file. So let's just try it. I'm going to drag and drop this image here. As you can see, we have this lemon-web.png, and I'm going to click upload files. As you can see, it's loading, and then you should be upload the file on the upload things. As you can see, the file is successfully uploaded in here, and of course I can just delete that as well. So anyway, let's try to see the billing tab in here. I can go to billing, and in here the subscribe with Lemon Squeezy is also just works. So let's try to use a monthly, for example. I'm gonna click the subscribe with Lemon Squeezy. Let's take a look. It basically will redirect me to the checkout page. As you can see, this is the checkout page. This is basically just on the demo mode. So you can put the 4242 card number in here and click the pay. So that's all it is. So let's try to go back to the lemon.chan.site in here, and let's try to click this get instant access. So the way you do that is first you have to have a GitHub account, right? Then you have to copy your username, for example, Chan testing in here, go back and paste that to this input, and then click the get instant access. And then you will be redirect into the checkout. You can fill all the input in here and then click pay. And then after that, you can open your email, right? Just make sure you put your correct email in here. After you make a payment and successful, you will get this email. So basically you can just click this button and then click the accept invitation. And then now you can just access the GitHub private code. You can just clone the code and then follow all these instructions down here. So let's just try to clone that. Now let's click the code, and then I'm gonna copy this URL. Open a terminal, and here I'm gonna say git clone and then paste the URL and then hit enter. Now let's cd to that folder and open it into the Visual Studio Code. Now you can duplicate the .env.example file, and then I just want to change the file name into just .env, just like this, right? And what we have to do next is let's just try to running npm install to basically install all the dependency that we need in this starter kit. Then now we can run npm run dev on terminal. It basically will open localhost 3000. So let's try to open it. Looks super clean and simple, right? So let's try to click the dashboard, and now it should be redirect me to the sign up, I believe. Let's try to see. As you can see, we get this error. Maybe first you like to see just the UI, right? So you can just go back to the environment variable, go to the resend in here. You can put the environment variable, just the default value for now. I'm gonna put re_123, and now you can see all the UI is basically works, right? The sign in, the sign up, everything is just works in here, right? Pretty nice. Let's try. Here, first, I like to grab the GitHub client ID and GitHub client secret. So let's go to the GitHub. Let's see on the header, you can click this avatar and then go to the settings, I believe. And then now you can go to the developer settings on the very bottom. Then you can click the OAuth apps, and in here you can create new OAuth apps. Just give any name you want, for example, Lemon Starter Demo, whatever. And the homepage URL is basically localhost 3000 for now because we own the development mode. I'm gonna copy that and paste it, right? And the authorized callback URL, basically you can see that on the better out. So let's open the better out. Click the authentication tab in here and then search for the GitHub, right? And as you can see, make sure to redirect URL is this one right here. So you can just copy that. Go back to the developer settings in here, paste that callback URL. Just that's it. And now you can click the register application. And then now you will get the client ID. So now let's just copy the client ID, go back to environment variable, paste that. And now let's generate the GitHub client secret. So this button right here, you can just click that. And then it should be generate the secret, this one here. So I can just copy that and paste that to this environment variables. Anyway, on the top in here, on the database URL, first you have to download the PostgreSQL on your local. If you want to try the PostgreSQL on your local, you can just go to the PostgreSQL. You can click the download button and just install it. After you install, you will see something like this. You can start and stop in here, basically, just setting up your password, whatever you want in here. And then after that, you can just click start. And then go back to your environment variable. Should be same, right? Just make sure you put your username, your password in here, right? And the username by default, it should be Postgres. And then just put whatever name you want in here. This is basically just the database name. For the better out secret, this is basically just random stuff. Or if you want to generate that from the better out, you can do that as well on the installation, I believe. So in here, you can click generate secret and this one right here, right? You can just copy and paste that. So this is basically just a random string. Better out URL, it should be localhost 3000. Next public app URL, localhost 3000. And now let's try to setting up the Google OAuth, right? So the easy way is you can go to better out documentation, click the authentication and select Google. And in here, basically step by step how you can get the Google Client ID and Google Client Secret. So first, let's click the Google Cloud Console. And in here, you can click new project, basically, right? This button right here. And then you can click the credential and then click the button on the top right here, create credential, click the OAuth client ID, and you can select web development, I believe, or a web application. And then the name is whatever you want. Then the next step is let's go back to the better out. And as you can see, we have to copy this for the local development. We have to putting that on the redirect URLs. Let's go back and let's put that in here. Here we go. And then let's try to click create. As you can see, we get this client ID and client secret. So let's just copy the value, go to Google Client ID, and then go back to the client secret as well. Before we try to sign in, we have to make sure that the database is connected. Let's try to go back to the code and we have to running this npx prisma generate. And then we have to running the npx prisma migrate dev. I'm going to copy that and paste it. Alright, so it's connected right now, so we can say npm run dev because we already set up the GitHub and Google. Now let's try to sign up, right? So let's go to the sign up and I'm going to sign up with a GitHub, for example. So let's try to click that and let's see. As you can see, it works. So let's try to click authorize and it basically redirect me back to the dashboard, I believe. Here we go. Now, as you can see, I can access the dashboard. Let's try to log in with Google, for example. I'm going to click the login with Google. And I'm going to click my account in here. Let's try to see, continue. And yeah, this is also working. Really nice. Now let's set up the login with email and password. So the first thing is we have to create the resend API key. So let's go to the resend, right? The resend is basically for verify email. So let's try to click create API key in here. And I'm going to give a name Lemon Starter Demo and click enter. And then now it should be generate this API key. I'm going to copy that and then just put that right here. Here we go. And the next thing is let's try to sign up. But just make sure the email that you want to try to sign up, it should be matched with the email that you have on the resend. So that's will works on the development mode. Let's go back in here. So let's try to put my name, Chan, and then testing. And then the email is basically the email that login in here, right? So I can just grab that. So this is basically just for a demo. So I'm gonna paste that, and then password 123 123 123, and then click create account. And then after that, we should see those notifications. As you can see, please check your email to verify. Then as you can see, I have email from onboarding@resend.dev, and now I can verify the email. And here I should automatically log in. Pretty cool. Let's try to see the file upload functionality. And as you can see in here, basically the upload is using upload things. So let's try to grab the environment variables from upload things. On the upload things dashboard, you can create a new app in here. You can give any name you want, like for example, Lemon Starter. And as you can see, you get 2 GB for free. So let's try to click create app in here. And now we should get the API key. Go to API keys, and then this one right here. We're using the SDK version 7, which is the latest version. Let's copy that and then paste that right here. Here we go. So anyway, I just want to drag and drop this image right here, right? Lemon Squeezy logo. I'm gonna click upload file, and then hopefully this is successful. Let's try to see. As you can see, file upload successfully. So we can go back to upload things to check the file, basically files. And then as you can see, now we have this image. It's successful uploaded. So now let's set up Lemon Squeezy for the payment. And as you can see in here, basically we are going to get the Lemon Squeezy API key, store ID, and etc. So let's first go to the Lemon Squeezy web. After you create account, go to settings and then API, and in here you can create the API key. So now you can just copy this value, and anyway, just make sure you're on the test mode on the first time, right? So let's try to put the API key in here, right? That's long of a string. And now let's grab the store ID, and I'm gonna go back to the store, and then this is the store ID. So anyway, you can just create multiple store in here. I'm gonna paste that, the store ID, and then now let's try to create the products, right? Let's go to the products. Where is that? On the store and then products. Anyway, I already created this product called Lemon Starter Pro. And as you can see, this is the description, and I create 2 variants. First is the annual and then monthly. As you can see, the annual is basically have this price per unit 79, and then repeat payment every 1 year. And then also I have the monthly, this one right here. It's basically repeat every month, as you can see in here. All right, repeat every month, and the price is 9 per unit. And then now what we have to do is let's try to grab the ID. Here we can just click this 3 dot, click that, and then copy the ID. This is for annual. Let's paste that on the annual here like this, and for the monthly as well, just copy that and then paste that like this. And now we have to create the Lemon Squeezy webhook secret. This is basically just a random string. I can put like a random string, or you can just generate random string. So after we put all the environment variable from the Lemon Squeezy, the next thing is we need to set up the, I believe, webhooks. So let's try to click the settings and then webhooks right here. And then let's go back to my code right here, right? As you can see, first you have to install ngrok basically. To install ngrok is basically really simple. You can just go to ngrok.com, just follow the step right here, and you done. Because our app is running on port 3000, so now we can expose the port 3000 to the public. So I'm gonna copy this, right? And open another terminal in here, and then click enter. And then as you can see, now we have this link. So it's basically the public link that I can just copy. Then I'm going to adding that URL into the webhooks on Lemon Squeezy. I'm gonna click this plus button, and then let's put the URL. And don't forget to put /API/webhooks, right? And for the sign-in secret, just make sure you copy from the Lemon Squeezy webhook secret. I'm gonna copy that and paste that right here. And for the what update should we send is basically the subscription created, update, cancel, resume, whatever, right? Which is all the subscription stuff. If you not create subscription type, you create like, for example, one product, you can select the order create right here, right? So let's try to click save webhooks. and it should be successfully right here. Let's go back to the billings, and for example, I'm going to subscribe monthly. I'm going to click that and subscribe with Lemon Squeezy, and hopefully it redirect me to the checkout page, hopefully. And here we go. As you can see, now we're on the checkout page, and let's try to put all the information in here, like for example the card number. For this demo we can use 4242 for the card number, and let's try to click pay, and hopefully this is successful. And as you can see, we have this dialog pop up right here that say payment successful. This is just on the demo, and now we can just return to the dashboard, right? All right, that's it guys for this video. Hope this starter kit helpful. You can check that out on lemon.chan.site, and then this is just $49, and then you can just pay once and you can using that forever. So anyway, I will be always update the starter kit because I also using this starter kit for my project. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.